Hello, my name is Courtney Davis, and I'm currently a junior here at the University of Mary Washington. Today I am going to analyze Margaret Sutton's Cat and Boy on Railroad Bridge. Margaret Sutton was an extraordinary artist. Although she did not receive the recognition she deserved, despite this lack of recognition for her work, such as from fellow artist Alfred Levitt. For example, her work was found underneath her bed in the same apartment she shared with Levitt years before, almost 3,000 works to be exact. From graduating from Fredericksburg Teaching College, known as UMW today, living in New York City and globe-trotting across Europe, specifically London, Sutton was able to create an imaginary world for her compositions. By turning fantasy into reality, Sutton created works that tricked the eye, which then evolved into compositions such as Cat and Boy on Railroad Bridge, dated 1945. This composition created an optical illusion and wonder for the audience. It had dimensions of 22.2 by 31.1 inches. Cat and Boy on Railroad Bridge is a very erratic composition. Displayed prominently is a jester-like boy figure standing next to a deformed cat, whom are skating on a railroad bridge. The boy is skating on the tracks, balancing himself by flailing his arms, and a cat follows behind. Flowers pop from each rail tie and fill the background with color. Sutton's characteristics, red, blue, and greens, excite the viewers and add to the tension of the skater's ride. With this imagined subject in wild color, we see how Sutton mined reality for a surreal vision. Like any other artwork, Cat and Boy on Railroad Bridge went under conservation. On February 17, 1995, this conservationist from Richmond left notes regarding the repairs. The artist cleaned the surface generally with vinyl eraser and eraser crumbs. Pressure-sensitive tape was removed that left residue, tack holes filled, and Japanese paper hinges were attached with wheat starch paste. This conservation helped maintain the entirety of the composition. It was not damaged despite this work, although it maintained the aging process of the composition. As a work that creates speculation among audiences, what exactly is being represented, and what was Margaret Sutton trying to get across to her viewers? By researching tediously through several art movements that may have inspired Margaret Sutton, I came to a possible influence from Surrealism. Cat and Boy resembles this movement due to its erratic subject matter and means of expression. Surrealism is not an irrational or static theory of art. It's a point of view that applies to more than just painting. Her expression made her compositions alive and explosive to the audience, creating such speculations among them. This surrealism movement was exploiting the mechanisms of artists' inspirations and intensifying experiences. Applying these rules, Sutton was using expression as a way of painting. She used expression with color and subject, which both are present in Cat and Boy. Rather than just applying paint, she used her emotions and life around her as an inspiration. A surrealist point of view does not have an exact explanation or definition. Essentially, surrealism is anti-definitive and anti-explanatory. Objects that are portrayed are often alive from the composition. Within Sutton's compositions were fantasies and dreams brought on by her, the artist. Despite these dreams used as inspiration, there is a clear barrier between what is considered a dream and what is exactly reality. A 20th century surrealist artist that resembles Sutton is Max Ernst. He portrays life from transforming his realities into abstract fantasies. Max Ernst preserves his ideas until it reaches the maturity of their own. He becomes his subjects, like a bird or a child. He is rapid and instinctive, even if he isn't portraying the subjects entirely. As like Sutton, his paintings express vibrant colors and captures a spirit. Max paints in a way that makes his subjects seem alive, where we want to believe they are real. Besides surrealism, Margaret Sutton explored other movements and use of color in her compositions. For example, Machine and Color, dated to 1950. It centers on both abstraction and color, where she pushed the boundaries of American art. In comparison to Cat and Boy on Railroad Bridge, Sutton used her job as a technical illustrator at Mercantile Linotype Company, where she was employed from 1945 to 1969. With Cat and Boy, she used her surroundings, like for instance New York City's Coney Island. For Cat and Boy on Railroad Bridge, these figures are portrayed on real objects. It's speculated that it could be a roller coaster or imitating a Ferris wheel-like object. The roller coaster is imitating a ride that could possibly be from her time spent in New York City. This is based strictly on speculation. However, there is a roller coaster at Coney Island that possibly could have been the sole inspiration. This roller coaster is called the Cyclone, a landmark coaster still standing today at Coney Island. It has the same structure represented in the composition. However, there isn't sufficient evidence to support that specific roller coaster, although it does have the same structure. Sutton explored many movements and means of expression for herself. Cat and Boy on Railroad Bridge is fairly different compared to her other masterpieces. The choice of subject and color draws the viewer in a way that makes you not want to look away. Out of the 3 works I chose, Cat and Boy on Railroad Bridge is by far my favorite. She vividly displays her imagination and lets the audience visualize the subjects as real. Despite being unknown, she left her mark on the students, like me, at the University of Mary Washington forever. One thing is for certain, though, Margaret Sutton had talent the world should have seen.